Alright, I guess we're ready to go. Welcome to a solo scrap mechanics survival series. Another one. Not doing anything spectacular or anything new. So, like, right now we're just going to grab everything that is probably going to be useful to us. Definitely we're going to grab that. You're going to need a bucket. So we kind of have to hurry here a bit. I'll have to get our bucket. There's many buckets that you can get within the game. So let's get the easy ones first. We're gonna need at least 3. You know, you can find some on the shore or whatever. But we're gonna start from scratch today. I know I could have probably waited for chapter 2, but I just wanted to give this a go today. Oh, no, we already got locals already. Great. Bye-bye. I don't want you're selling. Alright, we won't even bother. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I actually started from the very, very beginning. We're going to leave the boxes. We're going to leave the tires. I do want that bearing now. Yeah, get lost. Don't need this. Garbage wheels, I hate them. Generally just try to get everything that I possibly can around here. And I always grab the embers. Or the charred stuff. Just get it over with. The other thing that you always have to make sure that you have is food on your hotbar. Do not play this game without some food on your hotbar. And hopefully we won't have to come back here after we grab the battery. Because I want to grab the logbook. And this game really does not tell you what you need to do, where to go. Because really, when it comes down to an open world game like this, it's basically up to your discretion on what you want to do. Just go wherever they want to do. So there's going to be a few locals around here. So we'll have to be a little bit cautious. Break every single one of these. Oh, there's a scrap wheel. Now you're going to get scrap wheels, but keep the bearings and stuff like that too. So, see, more locals. They're going to be around. Those aren't even the ones that you want to worry about in the first part of the game. You want to get up to this building, because this building's going to actually have the battery that we're going to need. And I think we got enough food on our hotbar right now. And you're going to see a lot of like these kind of like lying around. What you want to do is press E to refine, obviously. And we're going to get all that crap. Because we need it. We need that crap scrap. Now here's your battery. And you can grab that. You're going to need it. There's some things in this game that you're going to need right off the bat and there isn't. Me, I like to just kind of like rush. I just don't even bother with the scrap wheels. It's just not worth it. You'll eventually, once you start playing this game more frequently, you'll know what's going to be important to you. Thing up here, and you can use your lift to get up. There isn't one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's another level here. There we go. You always get another one there. You will take fall damage, but the fall damage is like so... Like it gives you so much leeway. Like I could literally jump off here to there and I probably would take quite a bit of damage, but I would survive, so... See, I took one there because I gave myself a little hop off. But you will knock yourself out, and that's no bueno. That's not good. Especially if there's other bad guys around. Because once you're knocked out, they'll just repeatedly like take swings at you and stuff. So as you can see, you got a hunger and you got a water. Forgot to tell you about the buckets that you're gonna have to fill them up. So yeah, fill her up. You can throw it too. And you can actually knock out some bots throwing water on them. It's not really worth it though. So kind of want to get to over there where the battery is. Oh, that was a lucky throw. And there is some items on here that you can grab. I like the little ducky. I'll take the ducky. I take all the pipe pieces I can get. Oh, I see. Like our inventory is already kind of like full, which is not good. All right, so you can put that battery in your hotbar. Just slam it in there. All right, so what should I prioritize? I think I'll take the button because I could use that. And this thing right here is where you could start crafting some stuff to make things. The scrap engine and scrap driver seat. And a separate seat if you're playing multiplayer, that's kind of useful. But generally, I just don't bother. Once your power's on, you should be able to go over here and press use. And then you can pick up your logbook. Press L. And you can set waypoint to the mechanic station. There we go. There's a little icon right there to let you know where the closest scrap mechanic. Now there always is. So we'll just continue walking until we find our next destination. And I kind of want to unload some of this stuff that we have. And I'll show you how to do that. There is this building over here too, which is going to have your next enemy. Kind of see him a little bit right above my crosshair there. And you can give him a little smack to the face or whatever. There is a certain way to fight these guys correctly, because if you just go head on, they will knock you out. And if you get swarmed by them, it is not going to be a fun experience for yourself. So what I'm going to do, and for safety reasons, I'm going to come back to this area eventually. And we will come back to it because there is a bunch of goodies, free goodies there that you can grab. I just don't want, especially with a full inventory like this. And that's probably the big thing. You know, you actually wander into a couple towns. I would, if for safety's sake, I would always recommend just kind of staying on the road and then heading over there. If you played this game multiple times, and you obviously wouldn't be watching this series if you were, but you could book it probably a little bit quicker that way. Do some cut-throughs. You will run into some bots, which to me is minor. Means really not that much to me. Running into bots is the least of my worries. Okay, so we've made it to the base. Now this place is actually going to need a battery as well. And let's just get rid of a few things. So we'll just set up this. And you have 4 slots to put stuff in. I'm going to put in stuff mostly that is stackable. And what I think are important. So component kits is a big one, right? And you're definitely going to need a few circuit boards. Very important. Microwave, not so much. Radio, it could be useful in the future. We'll just stack all the stuff that I think I don't want to lose. Definitely the things that you don't want to lose at this point of the game are your component kits and definitely your circuit boards. Make sure you have those on hand. So we're going to talk about force building. So you got a button, you can press F. You can just put that there. No, every time I've watched a playthrough of somebody else, they don't really go through this. So it's a good way of like getting rid of some of the items that you would like to get off your hotbar, but really don't have a chest. But also keep in mind when you do leave these items here, they are susceptible for bots to attack them. And they can destroy these items. Very rarely, you will get bots that come in here once in a while, but very rarely do they ever come in and attack your stuff. Another thing, to get a good, for your first good wheel, right there. Boom. One less thing you have to craft. Let's see, let's put the ducky our way. Little ducky. You can press Q to maneuver your item to wherever you want it. You could rotate it. Even with vegetables, you could use it to rotate how you want it to be done by pressing Q. So yeah, that's kind of the basics right there. All right. Since we got some of our inventory a little bit more managed here. Okay. So the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to increase our scrap metal block here. And that's with the, well, we'll just show you. So those little arms that we found on the ground before, those little straight long things you could earlier, that we were finding, they eventually refined into 10 scrap metal blocks. Okay, and we're going to go and get a battery here. And it's in number 2. Now, there is a local in here. Which means there's going to be a bad guy on the other side who's going to be protecting this battery. And there's a certain way of defending yourself. Now, if you get knocked out, you're going to go right back all the way to the very beginning of where we were. And you're going to have to get your stuff again. Okay, so Lawrence, open the door. You might not see him right off the bat, but he's in there. Okay. Just around the corner, there's the battery. So we're going to take a swing at him, and we're going to back up. And eventually, once you get to this door, you don't want to be attacking him directly. You always want to kind of swing back up, swing back up, swing back up, or even backing up and swinging. And eventually, he'll run into you. Now, all these hay bots, and that's what they're called, will always drop this arm or spine or whatever. Like, in the scrap community, we can never figure out what we're going to call these. So anyway, you can get basically scrap metal from that. And we're going to pick up the battery. And the second thing, now you can sleep in here. You can use this and sleep in here. I do not recommend sleeping in number 2 because eventually that bot's going to respawn. You're going to wake up and there's going to be a bot there. So I recommend sleeping in number 1 or at least number 3. Since sleeping in there, now I can respawn at this location. I slam the battery in there and now the power is restored. You want to go up here and you want to go and check out this. This is your mechanic station's crafting station to make crafting things. So the first thing obviously you want to do is the first thing that's on the very top there, which is your craft bot. Now you can't make any of these things unless these items are on your persons. So we're going to need 10 component kits, 10 circuit boards, and 90 scrap metal blocks. So let's move. Let's get going. I see that there is another hay bot there, so we're going to take him out. He's nice and close. There's no other bots around. These guys will drop circuit boards and component kits occasionally. See, dropped a circuit board. Perfect. And we're going to refine that. You can go into these ruins. Sometimes they'll have a couple hay bots and a chest of some sort. You can go into those places. But also, this game is all about risk and reward. Oh, we're getting thirsty. So, I'll tell you that you're getting thirsty, and you can see right on the bottom there that our water levels are going down. There's two ways to alleviate that. One, you could just, drink the drink that we've collected through the game. And another way is to get milk from the walks or the cow-like creatures there. I think the biggest thing, see, there's a cow right over here. Now, to get the milk from them, you're going to need some corn. So these are corn-fed cows. There we go. Here's some right here. So, there's another cow over there. You can break these. You can run over with the vehicle when you get one. And it will drop the corn. I always thought it was kind of weird that in the game you cannot just go up and start drinking the water. So we'll just stick around. He'll just keep eating that corn, and then eventually he'll just drop the milk for you. So that'll be a little bit better than trying to always find sun shakes. Sun shakes I always use as kind of like last resort. So I try not to use any of those. Yep. Gotta love that scrap mechanics stuff. Weird physics, alright. So, anytime you get a chest, especially when you're starting in the game, is the best place to get this. You should probably collect these as well. If things are unreachable, use your lift. Right? So you can put your lift on there and you can press your arrow keys to go up and down. It only goes to a certain level, so you can't go any higher than where I am now. I have the button pressed pretty hard. Okay, so also keep in mind when you come into these ruins too, they can be very dangerous. Because you just don't know where the hay bots are coming from. So just be very cautious about that. Prioritizing. Always take the component kits. Never ever leave a component kit. At least at the start of the game. Even later in the game, I would not leave a component kit ever. Always make room for your component kits. Alright, so we'll do one at a time here. Hopefully, we'll just draw them out. Come on. So I don't want to get swarmed by that guy or that guy. Just take them one at a time. This place right here has got actually a lot of good goodies at the very beginning of the game. But now we got two of them. Alright, so I would always write, oh, now we're going to have three. This might not be good. Okay, so we got rid of one. Just keep doing the things that you got. I'm already at almost half health. And I gotta rejuvenate my health. Jumping kind of helps backwards too. They might hit you, but you'll fly back a little bit more. So you'll get some more distance. You might have to take one for the team, I guess. So we should have enough scrap metal blocks right now to make the craft bot. But always grab more than you need, because eventually you are going to need more. You're going to need more at the very beginning. It's never about less in this game. It's always about more. Gasoline, always take everything that you could possibly get your meat hooks into, if you can. Alright, so this one up in this area, the second level here, is a little bit trickier to get to. You might need some parkour skills. You cannot put a... you could put one there, but even if you were down here, you're not going to get up here. Because it's just too high for the lift. Right? So the only way that you can get on here is to learn some parkour skills. Just learn how to do it. That's gonna be handy. Very rarely do you ever have to do some of that, having to jump from one area to another. Ah, see? Very, very tricky. Now, there is a second trick to this, though. If you want to get there, and this is kind of like the building process of it. So you get to this very edge, go into your inventory and grab all your blocks, your scrap metal blocks. And you can see like there's a little square there. Now, you could attach blocks to there. And you can remove blocks by pressing your other button. You can kind of see the arrows where it's going to like build up. So you can literally build a wall like this. Now, you might want to press Q until it's like flat like that. And you can build a platform. And you just have to be smarter than the game. And you should have enough blocks. With the amount of guys that you've destroyed, you should have enough blocks to make a platform and get all the stuff that you need. And you can take that and remove the blocks, get all your stuff back, because those are valuable. Alright, so we got everything out of this building. We take a little hop out of here. If you see honeycomb or anything like that, grab it while you can. And you can see our water levels are getting low again. Eventually, you can die from thirst. Like, it'll start slowly draining your health. Okay, so now I'm dehydrated, and now I'm taking damage because of it. Drink your milk. It does restore a little bit of food, but eventually you're going to have to make enough food for you to survive. These plants are pickable, but until you get a paint gun, they're essentially useless to you. So do not bother taking these things. There's 2 ways to getting wood, which we're going to need as well. So in these little places right here, you can rob the wood from here. Oh, we got local again. Alright, I don't want NordVPN. Get lost. Quit trying to sell me NordVPN. Back to where I was. I was rudely interrupted by a sponsor. Okay, so you can like, there's lots of little things you can get. You can get like these little screws, which are like more like detail kind of things. You don't really need them. The signs are robbable. If you're running low on seeds or anything, this is a great place to get your seeds. So if you want to stock up on seeds, you could do it. This Sunshake machine doesn't do anything, which is a shame because I wish you could just put Sunshakes in there, which would be kind of awesome. And only Sunshakes. But essentially, there's lots of like little things that you can rob from this place. Mostly, if you need wood right away, and you will need wood eventually, this is a great place to steal it from. And you're gonna need a lot of wood. These things right here are also stealable, but they also take up 1 inventory slot. So I always avoid trying getting those. If you need to build a fence for whatever reason, which you might, that would be handy. We'll just steal all the wood that we possibly can. And I am pressing my right mouse button and dragging to getting what I need. So, instead of cutting down trees and wasting your time trying to do that, you can grab wood from here. These are, like, even just this one little thing, I've almost got like 3 full stacks of wood. These are scrap wood blocks. You can refine these into, well, not refine, but craft them into nicer wood blocks. Or you can, like, get your hammer, go over to one of these trees, and knock it down. And eventually they'll turn into these blocks right here, which you can refine. and turn into blocks if you so want to. I really don't recommend getting wood this way because it is time consuming. If your time is valuable. But for just to show you what you can do and where you can get stuff, there's more than one way to get stuff. Let's just check our inventory. So I got 4 component kits, 9 circuit boards, and I don't think we have enough component kits quite yet, even with the ones that I left back at the shop. If you always want to do the safe way, and I do recommend this as the start, it's just kind of like staying near the road or any road. Try not to trail off into the forest because you can run into some pretty scary bots, particularly one. And there's no way of fighting them off until you have a proper arsenal. Okay, so we're back at base. Here. Oh, see, sometimes you get a bot in here. Like I said, it's not always safe. Sometimes they freak you out like that. Oh, I got dropped a component kit for me. That's very nice. Let's check our inventory. Maybe we got lucky. So we got 5 there, 5 there. Perfect. Okay. So we got 10 and 10. And we only needed 90 to make the craft bot. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. Well, not really get rid of, but turn it into something that we can use. So make sure that you have it on your persons. 10, 10, 90. This is probably the most expensive thing you're going to build. Build it, and it's going to poop itself out right there. It's going to take a little bit of time, but totally worth it. Bloop. Perfect. And also, if you are going to make a garbage truck right off the bat, there is a small craft bot right here that you can have and use. I just don't bother. I only build the things that I think I'm going to need. So you can pick this craft bot up. Unfortunately, it doesn't go in your inventory because it's just too large of a thing, and it will slow you down. So sometimes the only thing that you could possibly do is just to lay it down. When you're always starting a game, I always just recommend just chilling out right here at this base, at this mechanic station, where we need to be with that. Okay, so second thing you want to do is you'll need component kits, and you can upgrade this thing to run faster and have more spaces. Right now, only is going to give you two slots to build stuff. So the first thing you want to do, and it's always on the default, is the connect tool. So don't press this button rapidly, or else you'll end up having way more connect tools than you need. So we're going to need just one of those. And this is going to help us start with the building process of vehicles. And the second thing, if you can't find what you need, this is the default. So this is everything that it can make right now. If you're going into specific things, you can go in there. If you need certain blocks you need to make, you can go in there. Use this. It's a lot easier. Even in your own inventory, it does have these things. So if you need to find something really quick, just press one of these. But I always recommend going back to all. Alright, so that's done. And I'm going to collect that. You're going to get a connect tool. Second thing. We're going to need glue. And we're going to need this metal block. And this is going to help us with maintaining our inventory. That's always the next thing that I always prioritize, is maintaining our... Now it says metal block 1. Now you can't always just get metal block right off the bat. But this is the reason why I told you to pick up the all the scrap metal that you could possibly find, because you can go right here to your metal block and it's going to tell you how much you can make for 10 metal blocks. So 110 and I can make more. I don't always recommend that you do that. But I do prioritize organization over, because eventually you can't just like stick everything on the ground. That's just ridiculous. But I wouldn't make too many of these either. Like just the regular chests. You really want to make large chests because they're more beneficial, but they also take way more resources. But also they're way more handy. All right. So let's see what we need to craft it. So we got our 40 metal block, and then we're gonna need glue. Well, where are we gonna get glue? Where's the glue, man? Been all over this place. I haven't found glue. So the place you'll find glue is in the water. So you're gonna have to find a large body of water somewhere, and usually a big clearing like this is a good indication where they are. And if you could fight more haybots, you're gonna fight so many haybots just to get metal for the beginning of this game. The water is like probably the safest place you can go to. The only bots that actually can get into the water are the little green taupe bots. But even they don't swim very fast, so you can avoid them. And they float too, so they don't swim downwards. Just like most games, you're going to have an oxygen bar when you go underneath. So in order to get your glue, you go to these things and you pop them open. And you're going to get a thing called glue clam. And obviously that's what's going to what you need to make glue. And the second thing is crude oil. You will need crude oil, just regular old crude oil, to make certain items. Get back to the mechanic station and go in here. Go into parts. There's your glue. So you're going to need 3 glue just to make 1. And you're going to find that a lot of things actually do require glue. Alright, so now we got all our stuff to make a chest. So we're going to need 2 glue, 2 metal blocks. Let's make one of those. It's going to take us a minute to build one of those. So we could just kind of like chill out. If you die, don't feel ashamed about it. We have all died a million times in this game. So don't be upset if that ever happens. And if you do get like angry or frustrated, for me, I always just stop the game because you're not doing yourself any favors. If you're getting frustrated or angry with the game, just stop. Just stop playing the game, right? Go do something else. It's not productive with your time. You only get more and more angry as things go. And it's not a healthy way of playing a game. Games should be fun, right? Okay, so now since we got our chest all done up, we can finally just clear out our inventory a little bit better. You are limited to how many items that you can store in here. I do, however, always recommend putting stuff in here that is you think that are of value to you, right? Everybody's idea of what valuable is a little bit different. For the time being, I'm going to switch off, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Leave comments, subscribe in the comments below if you have any questions about certain things. Like I said, I want to see a better community for Scrap Mechanic. There's a lot more people playing, and hopefully we'll see you in the future. All right, take care. Bye-bye.